the capture card. It's a box that we use to it's a box that we use to project my computer screen. So right now the screen that you're seeing, that is actually my computer screen, whereas the actual streaming, it happens on a separate computer. So my iMac for some reason stopped recognizing the capture card. Hello Kriti, hello, welcome. So because of that happened yesterday, I had to cancel the class. Really sorry about it. I tried to avoid cancellations. I spent a lot of time yesterday, almost 4 hours. I tried to fix it before the class, but I couldn't. But now it is a hi Purshi, hi, welcome to the class, welcome, thank you so much for joining in. So yeah, that is why the class was cancelled yesterday, but today yes, it is back on. So we are back to our usual Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday schedule. So this is the Bari basic training program. Just want to mention to everyone who's coming in for the first time that what we do here is we try to teach you basics, and right now the focus is on the basics of web programming. Now what do I mean by basics? What do I mean whenever I say basics programming? What am I talking about? So let me show on the screen. Let me go to my website here, and this is very important. So if you our website is baribasic.com. It's baribasic.com. That's the name of our website. If you go to our website, you will find our just loading up. It's just loading up. Good evening, Kriti. Good evening. Yeah. So it's just, this is our website. So if you go to our website, you will find a number of things. What we are interested right now is the online textbook. Now don't forget that we also have an Instagram account, which is Bari Basic. You can just search for it on Bari Basic. Just please go ahead and just click on follow if you are not already following. That is where we put our notifications and all that. We also have a Twitch channel. That is the one where you're watching the class right now. For those of you who cannot watch the class live because of internet issues and all that, we also have a YouTube channel. Now if you go to our YouTube channel, all our classes, previous classes is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 classes have happened so far. Today is the 11th class. So welcome to the 11th class. So we have a YouTube channel, so please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Okay, that is our YouTube channel. And of course we also have a Discord. If you don't know Discord, it's the best way to know what Discord is to come and just use it. So please join our Discord where you can discuss, chat with me, chat with other students and all that. And finally, what we use in every class is our textbook, the online textbook. So what is it I mean when I say that I'm going to teach you the basics? So what I'm talking about is basic means, now let me go to my tutorial. This is our textbook, the textbook that I'm writing. It is open source, so if you want to contribute, you can do it. So what we do here, when I say basic, what I mean is I have a demo here. You see this? I have something called as a fully built up demo. Oh, we have a new follower. Hello Suhas, welcome to our channel. Thank you for following. So we have a fully built demo here. So let's go to the demo, and this is what I call a basic web app. What you see on the screen right now is what I would like to call a basic web app. Now what this basic web app does is it is responsive, which means whether if you're looking at this website from a mobile phone, accordingly the content will be adjusted. If you're looking at it from a big monitor, the content will be adjusted. That is what we call responsive. It also has some basic navigation. It goes from one page to another page, no problem. It does that. And also what it does is, it has a connection to a API server, web API server. You may have heard of words like JSON, backend, and things like that. That is what this connects to. So this web app talks to an API server. It has the you're most welcome, Suhas. You're most welcome. Happy to have you here. So this app talks to an API server and is able to do some things like create an account, log into an account, and add some data to the server, read data from the server. So basic CRUD, C-R-U-D operation. This is what I call is a basic web app. Now, if you understand all the things I just said, and if you go to this website or you are seeing it on the screen, if you think this is something that you can do, then this class is not for you. Okay, so if you are new to all this, if the things I just said if what you see on the screen, this looks like something that is complicated, and you want to learn how to build something basic like this, then yes, these classes will help you. So that is my introduction to the class. So thank you so much for those of you who are coming back. Thank you for returning to the classes. Those of you who are coming for the first time, welcome to our classes here. So today, the agenda I've already described on the Instagram. That is why I say, if you're not already following our account, please follow us on our Instagram account. It is right here, Bari Basic. Just go to Instagram and search for BARI BASIC, where we put our announcements, what is happening, class topics, everything. So today the class topic is, today is class number 11. Let me get my PowerPoint up here. Now I know some people don't like PowerPoint, but I like to use it. So I'm going to use PowerPoint here. Okay, so let me go. All right, last time we did session number 9 and 10, yes, and now it's session number 11. So let me copy this slide, duplicate this slide, take it down here. Okay, and this is our duplicate slide also for making notes and other things. And I also want a thank you slide. So let me take that right away. So I'm gonna have all these things ready right now. And this is session number 11. So those of you who are coming for every session, thank you so much for joining and learning. And this is our Twitch. This is our timings: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4:30 IST, Romanian time, and PST. So today is session 11. So what is happening in today's session? Let's go to my textbook. I have the textbook here, and today I am going to talk about the basics: Azure, deploying, FTP, and FileZilla. Now, okay, so now the thing is, now till today, what we have learned, if I just quickly scroll through the topics, is I have gone ahead and discussed the core fundamental concept of a web page or a web app. I mentioned how I talked about Codepen, I talked about Visual Studio Code, and I mainly talked about a web page which will have three main things. You'd have HTML, which is like the skeleton, all right, and it'll have I also talked about CSS, which is like appearance, presentation, right, how it looks, colors and all that. And finally I talked about JavaScript, which is like the brain part of the web page. So in our example, what we did in the previous class is when we click on an image, it would change. So that is like action and reaction, the thinking part, processing part, that is done by JavaScript. So HTML gives you the foundation, CSS gives you the appearance and look, and finally JavaScript takes care of the work, and all three of them together make your web page. So ultimately, when we build our basic web app, now this is our basic reference web app. When we build this app, at the end of this training course, at the end of all these classes, you will build what you see on the screen. You will build it for sure, and I'll build it live and teach you how to build it as well. So this whole web app was built using just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript plus Bootstrap. I've talked about how I'm not a big fan of manipulating CSS directly. I prefer to use Bootstrap, which saves me some time. So using only the basic components, this app was built. Okay. So now I've discussed all that. I've discussed the basics of it. I'll get into deeper. If you look at my textbook, I do have some topics lined up which go deeper into some more concepts, and ultimately once we have learned all the more deeper basics, then we'll finally build our demo app. Okay, that is the long-term plan. Now before I jump to the advanced topics, a little bit advanced like tables and web forms, I want to spend today and tomorrow, Tuesday session and Wednesday session, on Azure, a little bit of cloud. Azure is the, let me just open that for you. Microsoft Azure is the Microsoft cloud provider. You may have heard about cloud a lot. Definitely you may have heard about it. Thank you, Kruti. Thank you. Yeah. You may have heard about the cloud. People talk about, I'm a cloud developer. I deployed the app to the cloud and things like that. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the cloud, and not only will I talk about the cloud, I'll also show you how we will use the cloud for our web app. Okay, because now I need to kind of explain why is suddenly I'm talking about this. Mainly because now let me open last class code. Let me open my Visual Studio Code here. Those of you who are new, we use both Codepen and Visual Studio Code to practice and see our code. Okay, so let me open the last class tutorial. Let me go to code repos, Bari basic session, 9 practice images, session 9 practice. Where is that? I think it was session 8. Let me get that. I think it was session 9 practice. Okay. Let's see. Okay. No, not this. 1 second. I think it was session 8. I think. Let's see. Nope, not this. I think it was practice 8 July 13, 14, 15. I think this is the one. Let's see. Now let's do one thing. So let me go to my Codepen. See, this is another reason why I like Codepen. See, I'm not able to find the project locally, so I can just go to my pen and see what it is all about. So I'll go to my Codepen here, and let me go to practice panda. This is what I was talking about. Right. I did it on Codepen. Right. Okay. All right. So right now this is Codepen. Okay, this is Codepen, and when I click on this, it'll change the image. See that? Okay, this is what it is. So let's download this code to my computer. All right. So on Codepen, it's very easy. On the right side, you have an option called export. Okay, you click on export, and this is going to be exported. So I want to show you why I'm talking about Azure and deployment today. I want to make a point. So first step is I want the project files. So let me take the project files here. Okay, there we go. I got the panda, this one. I'll copy this, and I'll go to my practice folder. There we go. Very basic. And then I'm gonna paste it here. And now let me go ahead and extract this. And okay, we have the practice panda, and I think distribution. Here it is. So let me open this in my Visual Studio. Okay, I already explained how to open projects, how to close projects in Visual Studio Code. So I'm gonna do it all this fast. Okay, so here we go, and select folder. Okay, very good. So now let me run this locally. All right, now please understand, folks. Those of you who are new, this is Codepen. Here the output is already visible. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to run this on my computer using Visual Studio Code. Okay, so going to Visual Studio Code, here we are in the terminal. I'm going to run the server. Okay, and let's open this, right? And then let's go to index.html. Yes. Perfect. Yes. There we go. So this is what we did in the last class. This is where we showed what we do with JavaScript. So what JavaScript is doing is when I click on this panda, it is going from the happy food eating panda to a sad lonely panda. So that is what we did with JavaScript. And here also when you click, it goes from this very happy orange book teacher to this coffee barista guy, right? So that is what we did in the last class, and this is running locally. See, folks, this is running locally. Whenever you see an IP address which is like 192.168 and all that, that means it is running locally. All right, it's running on a local server. Okay, so now imagine this situation. Okay, so I have built this, and I want to share this with my roommate, or with my mother, or sister, or brother, or father. I want to share this with people, but the problem is, this is running locally. I can't share this with anybody. Okay, I can't share this. I can only show it on the screen right now because you're watching my channel. Otherwise, you can't see this output. Yes, of course, we are using Codepen, so you can always go online, and when you open this, it will show you the code, and if you make this window bigger, you see the output. Yes, but the thing is, when you are showing something, when you are showing the output to say your family members or friends who are not in the software world, you can't show them this code. That is not cool at all. Okay, so that is not cool at all. What we want is, you want them to be able to, you give them a link or something in WhatsApp or Facebook or Insta. You want to give them a link and they click on the link and this web page should come. That is what people like, that is what everybody likes. Click and it opens. They should not have to, see the code and then, make this window smaller, bigger. Now that is not cool. That is for developers. You and me, those who are in this class, we are developers. We are used to these kind of things. But everyday people, like your parents, like your friends, they should not be seeing code and all that. Okay, they should only get the panda. They should just see the panda. Now they give them a link, they see the panda, they click on it, and then they see the output. And then they click on the barista, they see this nice smiling teacher, click on her again, they see the barista again. So they should be able to just click and see it. Now in order to do that, what we need to do is to go ahead and put all these files on a web server. Okay, so that is what we are trying to do. Let me try to draw a small picture in PowerPoint. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, so let me create a new, there we go. So we'll duplicate this slide and okay, I'll try to draw some pictures. Okay, so now let's see. Now right now, let's say this is this is like your computer. Okay, and this has your output. Okay, so let me just increase. I'm very bad at PowerPoint. Okay, so I think this is the way to increase the size. I think so. Let's see. Yes, there we go. Okay, so let's say this is your computer and this is where you have your output. Now only you can see this. Only you can see this output. Nobody else can see this output. So you can see this output. All right, so you can see this output. All right, so how do I write that here? So let me just put that here. So yeah, okay, so there we go. So you can see this output. Now let's say you have your friends. Okay, so let's say you want to show this output to your friends. So your friends, family members, neighbors, anybody. Okay, now these guys, okay, they cannot see the output. They can't see it. If you want to show them this output, this output, if you want to show them, then you need to put that in a web server. So let me just put that here. All right, so what happens here is, so now the good thing about, there we go. All right, cool. Okay, it's all kind of coming back a little bit. All right, let me make this a little bigger. Yeah, there we go. All right, perfect. Okay, so what happens here is a web server is something like www.blah.com. Okay, now the good thing about a web server is anybody, your friends, family members, neighbors, anybody can, you give them the link and they can open it. They can open it on their mobile phones, they can open it on their computers, they can open it from anywhere in the world actually. So wherever they are in the world, they can see the output. Whereas when you have your output only on your computer, only you can see it. So when you build something, so right now we have built this panda something. Okay, we have built this panda which is running locally on the computer, and let's say I want to show this output to you. To you, the people who are looking in this class, I want to give you a link, and you should be able to click on the link and immediately see this panda on your mobile phone or on your computer, or show it to someone and they should be able to open it. So if you want to share your work, once you build it, you want to share it. Like for example, I have built this web app. This is this link. So this link, you can go to my website here. When you go to my website, you go to my textbook, and I have a link here. So anybody in the world can open and see this link. Easy. All right. So if you want to do something like that, that is why you need to know how to create a web server and how to upload or deploy the files to the online web server. That is what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to explain to you the reason why I'm doing it. The reason is simple. We will be writing a lot of code. Okay. So when you are learning something, it's like cooking. I always think that cooking is kind of like software development, and software development is kind of like cooking. When you are learning something new, if you see a menu or some YouTube video or Insta video or wherever, cooking book, or you learn some cooking from a friend or someone, when you prepare something, the first thing you want to do is ask someone else to taste the new food that you have prepared. If there is nobody to test your food, then you'll be like, what is the point of making this new dish if nobody is there to taste it and enjoy it and maybe praise you and all that? So my policy is the same thing here. Okay. So whenever we, right now we're just doing the basics. This is nothing, just press a button, the panda changes. That is very simple. Yes, when you show this to people, it is simple, but that is proof that you're learning something. And every week from now on, we will be learning a little bit more complicated concept. And whenever you build something, I believe that you should be able to share it with your friends. You should be able to share it with your family members, whoever is there that you care for. It is like proof that you're learning something. All right, that is my reason. I know I'm spending a lot of time giving this gyan, but I always emphasize this because when I was learning, whenever I build something, I want to show it to people. I want to show it to people because that is proof that I'm learning. Sometimes, sometimes parents will tell you, like if you, like some of you students, you may have told your parents that, okay, now, you want to attend this online class. That is why they have to pay money for internet. So after 1 month, your father or mother will ask you, okay, you're making me pay for this internet. It is costing me a lot of money. You made me pay for the router and all that. Show me the proof. Show me the proof, your father might say. Show me the proof, your mother might say. So proof, everybody wants proof. So that is what this is. So today's step is about taking your code and putting it online so anybody can see it and see the proof. That is what I'm talking about here. Okay. So there you go. That is the reason why today's class is all about. It is about creating a web server and deploying the files on the internet. And to do that, we will use the cloud. All right. Now the cloud is another kind of a lengthy discussion topic, but I'm not going to get into a very deep discussion into it. So even though I'm a cloud expert, I'll only tell you this much. The Azure cloud, the one that we are going to use, will help me. And when you get an Azure account, it will help you create any web server you want. Just like this. I will do it live on the screen today. I want a web server. I will. 1 second, guys. The kids. 1 second. Chotu, office, no shouting. Silent, 1 hour. Thank you. Sorry guys, sorry, we have a couple of kids so very loud. So I told her to give me some 30 minutes, 40 minutes quiet time. She has agreed. Yes. So that is what I want to do. So one, I want you to be able to, as students, I want you to show to people when someone asks you what are you learning, you should not tell, I learned JavaScript, I learned Bootstrap. Don't tell, show. Okay, showing is always better than telling. Okay, you can tell someone that you can run fast, or you can run fast and then let them see proof. Give them proof, because when you give proof, nobody can argue with you. Nobody can argue with you because the proof is in front of your eyes. So by just telling, don't tell, show, always show. That is always better, because there will be less discussions, less arguments, you know. So yeah, show. That is my policy, show. So this is all about, this class is very important, because this is the class where you learn how to show to people that you are doing something. Okay, all right. Now, so about the Microsoft Azure Cloud. So Azure Cloud, you know, I can talk a lot about it, but this is not the day to talk about it. So the only thing you need to understand is you need a web app server. Why? Look at this photo on the right side. Let me change the color. You know, let me change the color. Yeah, there we go. So the pink color is the web server. Why do we want a web server? So that we can put our files, you know, this file, we can put our files, this one, this project, this page, on the internet, so anybody can see. That is why we need a web server. And who will give us the web server? We will take the web server from Microsoft Azure Cloud. Okay, now the Azure Cloud is for many things. Sometimes as a hobby, I will do machine learning and all that. And for that also I use Azure. Sometimes I'm building API server, I use Azure. So whenever I'm building something, whenever I need some software service, I go ahead and use Azure. You know what, maybe it's better if I just close the doors here. Those kids will not go quiet. Can't control them. No way of doing it. Alright. So yes, that is why we are at Azure. Azure will give you services. Okay, and it's very easy to create. Today we need a web server, and we are going to create that with Azure. Alright, so let me log into my, I think I'm already logged in. Yeah, I think I'm already logged into my account here. So let me try to go to my dashboard now. Okay, so one day I will take a special session on how to, you know, do things on Azure and how to create an account on Azure. But only thing I want to tell you is, if you want to practice this step, please note that I think you need a credit card. Okay, so I don't know how you will get a credit card. I don't know how many of you have credit card, or I don't know, or maybe you can ask your parents to create an Azure account for you. Okay, now I'm paying money for this, so they are giving all these things to me. So how you will do it, I do not know right now. So, but yes, so if you are serious about becoming a web developer, then maybe you have to talk to your parents and then take their help to create an Azure account. Now Azure also gives free, you know, every month it gives some free amount for using these services only for students. So if you are a student, yes, there is an option where you can create an account and you can use these things, you can create these servers for free without paying anything. So that option is also there, but again, that is something I can't discuss in today's class. If you have any questions about Azure, how to create, how to get the student discount and all that, you can come to our Discord channel. That is the best place. Okay, so coming back, so what I need is, I need my project files. I have my project files here. You know, all the files are here. Next step, let me make the steps here, you know, like I always do in every class. Let me make a step. So what I need is, so our idea is to deploy. Deploy means put or send. So deploy our web app, okay, to a cloud web app server. This is our plan. So step number one, files of project to be deployed. So that is the first step. Second, web app server from Azure Cloud, because we are using Azure. Third, use FileZilla. Today I'll show you this software called FileZilla to upload files, upload web app project files and test on browser using the URL. This is what we are trying to do in today's plan. That is our plan. So first step, this is our plan, this is what we are trying to do. I'm gonna put that in a different color. So and next step is files of the project. So I go here, I have all my project files. So second step is also done. Okay, now mainly why we are doing it, why we are doing it, simple. We want to show what we are building and learning to parents, friends, roommates, anybody. Okay, this is the reason why we are doing it. Why? Because we want to show what we are building to everybody. That is why we are doing this. Let me put that on a different color here. Yeah, there we go. That is why we are doing it. So files of the project to be deployed, that is done. Let's make this. Okay, there we go. So files of the projects, this is done. Next thing is here, we are here. This is the step we are doing. Web app server from Azure cloud. So we go here. Now this is where I am. Don't worry about all this, don't worry about it. So I will take a special session on Azure some other day. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and create a web app server. You try to watch it, and if you learn something, that's good. If you don't, it's okay. All right, so let me go here, and I will say here, and I want to create a resource. Okay, so I'm going to say resource, and you get a menu here. Now here what I want is a web app. Okay, you see here what we want is a web app server. So they don't use the word server in the cloud, so it is just web app. So we go here, and I want to create a web app. So I'll just type web app. It comes already. So select it, and I want to create a web app. So there we go. Now it'll ask you for some information. These things right now I'll not focus on. Okay, I'll do a separate Azure session in the future. So let me go ahead and select these things. And I want a web app name. Now the web app name is the name of your website. So what I'll do is, let me do one thing here. So let me take this slide. So I want to create a website called, now today the date is July 21st. So let's call this Bari Basic July 24th. That is the name of our website. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll call our website Bari Basic July 24th. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put that here. So that will be our website address for temporarily. Okay, and now here there's an option called publish. Now there is something called Docker. Those of you who have already studying or are reading some computer books, you may have heard about Docker. We may talk about it in the future, but not today. So, okay, so there's something called runtime stack. I'm just going to go ahead and I will just use ASP.NET. Okay, it's Windows. So that's done. And region, we are in India, so I'm going to go ahead and select South India location. Okay, and then there we are, and there's a payment plan. I'm creating a free website. All right. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and create. That's it. Okay, so I did a lot of steps very fast. I did not explain too much. That is on purpose because today is not an Azure session. So if you are trying to do this on your account, then the best option is just follow the video, just observe the video. Whatever I did, you also try to copy. I will again talk about Azure at the end of our classes. When we build our final project, I will talk about Azure again. But right now, just follow what I did. Just focus on the video. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and see if the web app was created. Let's go for it. Okie dokie. Let's go to resources, and I want to refresh. Okay, I'm just waiting for a notification. Let's see. Okay, it's saying, did it create? I really thought it's going to create. There it is, June 23rd. Wait a second. What name did I give? Bari Basic July 24th. Where is that? Okay, all right. 1 second. Let's see. let's see. Okay, let's see. Web app service. Now maybe it did not create. I don't see it. Okay, let me try again. Let me create again. Sometimes this happens. It doesn't work sometimes. I did go through all the steps. I even clicked create. Why did not it create? I don't understand. I don't know. We'll see. 1 second, folks. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. I did create it. Okay. All resources. Okay. Let me just search for July. Now it says it's not there. Okay, no problem. Let's create again. Something could have gone wrong. It happens sometimes with the cloud. It is reliable, but yeah. So let's create it again. So once again, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to give the name Bari Basic July. Yeah, it's not created. Something happened, guys. Let it go. Okay, so let's go to South India. That is done. And I'm going to select this plan, and I'm going to say next monitoring. I'm going to say no, and then I'm going to say review plus create. Okay, let me see what's happening here. Okay, let's see. There you go. There we go. It's coming now. Yes, it's getting created. I don't know why I did not do it last time, because I did say create. Okay, usually it takes about a minute or two. So when these things are happening, we just have to wait for that to happen. That's all we can do. So we're just gonna wait for it. Yeah, it's all set. So the resource is ready. So now if I come back here, there you go. This is the web server I just created live for you guys for our test practice purpose. So you see here, look at the URL here, Bari Basic July 24th.azurewebsite.net. That is the temporary name given to the app service whenever you create a website on Azure. It always has azurewebsites.net. So let's click on it and see what happens. So when I go to this website, it says, hey app service developers, your app is running and so on. So it's saying that, okay, the app is ready. So now I can go ahead and put whatever files I want to put. Okay, so this is the default state of the app service. All right. So now what I want to do is I want this output. Now please understand, now this is, let me just show you side by side, and this. So on the right side is our app. I wanted to focus on the right side, top right corner. You have the blue color I've selected. It is Bari Basic July 24th.azurewebsite.net. That is our web server. And on the left side is our web app, the project that we are working on, but it is running locally. That is why you have 192.168 and so on. So going back to the diagram, so this is on the left side, the green color is the local server, which will only run on this computer, and the purple server is the server on Azure, which anybody can visit and see the project. So we are trying to take the files from the green server on the left side, which is local server, and make it run on the pink server, which is the cloud server on the internet. That is what we are trying to do. So second step, going back to our PowerPoint, the second step is web app server from Azure Cloud. Now this is also done. We have a web app server ready to go. So we got it ready. All right, now we need to take our files. You know this photo I keep talking about. So our files, local files, are on the green server. We need to take that file from green and put that into the pink server. Now to do that, we use a software called as FileZilla. It's like Godzilla. I think that is where they got the name from. So FileZilla is the software we are using to take files from the local server, which is your or my computer, where the project files are stored, and put it on the online cloud internet web app server. So that is what FileZilla does. Okay, it is a software which can help you take files from here and put it on the other side of the internet. That is what FileZilla does. So let me go ahead and open FileZilla. Okay, here we go. Perfect. So this is FileZilla. What you see in front of your screen is the FileZilla. This is a software called FileZilla, and what does it do? As I've repeated many times, it will take the files from your local computer or local server and put it on the online server. Now, in order to take files from left side and put it on the right side, we need credentials. Now, see, in software, whenever you talk about any kind of server, you have something called as username and password. That is what makes the world work in the computer world. Everything is based on login, passwords, private key, security key, secret password, secret word. That is how software works, because everything is online, so everything is open. The only thing is their doors are locked and you need the right keys. Okay, so now I have created a web app server, Bari Basic July 24th.azurewebsite.net. Now this is open, anybody can visit this, but to get inside I need credentials. All right, so let me go to my Azure account again. So I'll go to my Azure account. This is my Azure account, and here now this is something which, if you're trying to practice this, then you need to notice this very carefully. You see this here, there's an option called Get Publish Profile right here. I'm kind of circling my mouse. I hope it is visible. There is an option called Get Publish Profile. Let me write that here. Okay, so let me create another duplicate copy of this slide. So what you need is, we need credentials. Okay, so we need web app server credentials of FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. Now you don't have to memorize this, you don't have to by heart this, it doesn't matter. Okay, but yes, that is the protocol we are using, and I need the FTP server credentials. Now for that is available in Azure, you have a option called, what is it? Get Publish Profile. Get Publish Profile. This has the credentials. Okay, so let me click on it and it'll give me a file which is the credentials. Okay, there you go. That is the credentials. Let me just zoom in a bit here so you can see. Okay, zoom, I have to go from here. So zoom in, Control equals, right? Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, I think it's big enough. I think so. Okay, now here, before I show you the credentials, how it looks, one small piece of warning. Now, because I'm taking the class and this is a temporary server, I'll delete it after this class. Okay, so I can happily show you the username and password and all that. But when you're practicing, when you're working, only if it is a practice server, even then, only if you're planning to delete it later, only then you should just happily share the username and password. Otherwise, you're not supposed to share the username and password of your web app server. Otherwise, someone will see it on the internet and take advantage of it. Now, I am going to delete this web server immediately after this class is over, so I don't mind showing the password, everything on the screen. Okay, all right, so let's see what is the password. So before I can see the password, now I need to go to my FileZilla, and in FileZilla, so one day I will sit and talk about FileZilla in depth, but not today. Today I'm gonna just use it. So those of you who want to practice, just follow my steps exactly by watching the video again and again. So here I'm going to create a new site. I'm going to call this July 21st web app practice, so it's easy for me to delete later, right? And then here on the right side, the protocol is already FTP, that is done. Now I'm going to use something called as use plain FTP. Now this is not recommended, but I'm just using it here because it's easy and this is just a classroom session. So login type is normal, and there's a box called host, there's a box called user, there's a box called password. So here what I'll do is I'll go to my credential. These are my credentials. Now here you have something called as, where is that? Let's see. Yes, you will see something called profile name. Yes, so you'll see something called profile FTP. You see this? Profile FTP, publish method FTP. This is what you should be looking for. So when you are trying to get the credentials, you should be looking for that. Profile name, Bari, the name of your app, and then method is FTP. Now please understand, there is another option called, profile name FTP read only. See, that is only for downloading the files. Now right now we are trying to do uploading. So for uploading, we need the standard FTP. So only those credentials you're going to use. So I have the FTP path here. This is called the FTP path. I will take that and paste it in the host box. Host is nothing but the server address. And then I need the username and password. So I have the profile FTP, not FTP read only. I'll take the username. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to paste it in FileZilla. Password, similarly, I'll take my password and paste it in FileZilla. Now, if I have done everything correctly, the connection will happen immediately. So let's see. So I'll click connect, and it is logged in. We are logged in. That means everything was correct. The host address was correct. The username was correct, the password was correct. So everything is set. We are now connected to our web app server through FileZilla. So we have done that. So let's go to our PowerPoint here, to our steps. So we are, actually the next step should be connect to web app through FileZilla. Yeah, this is the step that we have just now completed. So let me reduce that to 36. Yes, there we go. So the next step is upload the files to the web server. Now before I upload, I just want to show something. See, this is how it looks right now. See, I'll load this file. It says, hey guys, everything is ready. Now remember this page. So I'm going to keep this here. Now when I upload the files, this output here, this will come on the internet. So let's try that. So let me go to FileZilla here. First, I have my project files here. So let me make a copy of this onto desktop. This is not a mandatory step, this is just for the sake of convenience. So I'll go here and I'll go to my desktop, and here is my folder which has my project files, dist. And on the right side, see, on the left side I have my project folder, all the files, and on the right side I should go into site, and here you have a folder called www.root, and you should see a file called hosting start. Now this is hosting start. This is the file which is showing this page. So this welcome page that Microsoft is showing, it is coming from this file, hostingstart.html. So what I'll do is I will delete it. I don't want it anymore. And once I have cleared the server, I have deleted all the files on the server, I will take all my files and upload it. So all you have to do is select all the files. So select all the files, right click and upload. And when the upload is over, you will see that the files are now on your web app server. Now please understand this diagram. Remember this diagram. left side green color is your computer, right side pink color or purple color is the online web app server. Same way, same thinking. Left side, you see this border here in the center, left side is my computer where I know where my project is, and right side is the online Azure web app server. So now I have successfully uploaded all the files online. Now remember this is the welcome page. This is what was there when we created the web app for the first time. So now I'll open another window, okay, and I'll put this on the left side. All right, now the same address I will copy and paste here, and I will load it. There we go. Look at that, same website. This was 10 minutes ago on the right side. It was looking like this. Now on the left side we are getting our output. Look at this. Happy panda, sad panda. Happy panda, sad panda. Same thing. Barista guy, smiling teacher girl. Barista guy, smiling teacher girl. And this is a website, which means I can open this wherever I want. So let me open my Internet Edge browser here. So I got my Internet Edge browser. All right, so now I'm going to open this, load this here, and hello, there we go. It's working just fine. It's working just fine. In fact, you know what, I'm going to open that on my phone as well. So what I'll do here is, let me go ahead and type it on my phone. So let me do that here. So I got my iPhone here. Let me type it here. So it's BARIBASIC. You can also try it if you're watching this class live. If you have another phone near you, or if you're watching this on a computer, open your phone and type BARIBASIC JULY 24th dot Azure websites.net, and I'm loading it. And let me just increase the brightness here, and there you go. There you go, it's loading. You can see the panda there, right there. See, it's running on my computer. This is what I was talking about. See, I'll tap on the panda and it should, yeah, there you go. Sad panda. Tap again. Happy panda. You see that? Tap again. Sad panda. So it is working on my phone. So whatever code is there on my computer, because of the web server, I was able to immediately see it on my mobile phone, and that link I can send it to whoever I want, and all of them can see it now on their computer. So let me go ahead and try to do it with the barista here. So barista, again, tap the smiling lady, tap again, barista again. This right here on my phone. So this is the last step. Let me go to my PowerPoint here. This is the last step I wanted to do, test on browser. Okay, we tried it on our Internet Explorer Edge browser. We tried it on my phone, Safari browser. It's working just fine, and obviously we tried it on Firefox browser also. So the last step is also done. So that is what I really wanted to show and explain in this class. Now, I did all these cloud steps, I did all the FTP steps really fast, because today's class was just about showing you how it can be done. So if you are practicing with me, or if you are planning to practice, then you need to ensure that you have an Azure account. Now, how you'll get it is something you'll have to find out on your own. But I will be talking about Azure, how to create an account and things like that at the end of our classes, before we start our final project. But right now I'm just going to show it quickly, which is what I have done. So there you go, folks. That is what I want to show in this class, which is whatever code you're working on, as and when you learn something, you should be able to show it to other people. You should be able to share it with your friends. You should be able to share it with your family. That is what I want to do here. That is what I would like to do. That is what I want to do. So So yeah, so there you go. So you saw how it is. You have code. We were able to create a web app server, and we are able to upload the files, and we were able to see the output on our browser window. We were able to see it on our mobile phone and everything. So that is all I wanted to show in this class. So that is all there is to it in this session. So as I mentioned before, if you have any questions, join our Discord channel, and then you can ask questions, discuss with me, discuss with other students and things like that. So thank you so much for joining in, and I'll see you folks tomorrow, same time, for the next session. Thank you and have a good day.